Good morning, it's Mrs. Sauerbaugh, and today we're going to do a story and then a little guided draw again to help us celebrate this Easter weekend. So the book I'm going to read today is called Yoga Bunny. I'm just going to scooch off to the side so that I can get close, and we'll do some of the yoga poses that Bunny's doing. Yoga Bunny by Brian Russo. One morning, Bunny crawled out of his hole, rubbed his eyes, and let out a big yawn. "This is a perfect morning to do yoga," he said. Bunny dropped his head and arms down toward his feet, coming into a forward fold. Just then, Lizard came walking by. "Good morning, Lizard," said Bunny. "Would you like to do yoga with me?" "I hate everything about mornings. I wish I could go back to bed," Lizard replied angrily. And with that, Lizard stomped away. Bunny was disappointed, but he took a deep breath, placed his hands on the ground, stepped backward, and lifted his hips high up in the air, coming into downward dog. His friend Fox came hurrying by. Zoom, zoom, zoom. He was moving so fast, he startled Bunny. "Out of my way, Bunny," he said. "I'm in a very big rush." "Maybe you could take a minute to do this yoga pose with me," Bunny suggested. "It might help you slow down." "No thanks," Fox replied. "I'd rather be in a big rush than do something so silly." And he hurried away. Bunny felt a little bit sad, but he took a deep breath, stood up tall, placed his hands in front of his heart, and balanced on one foot, coming into tree pose. Just then, Bird flew down, landing right on Bunny's head. "Hiccup! I have a bad case of the hiccups, and I've tried everything to stop them," said Bird. "Well," Bunny said, "maybe you can do this tree pose with me. It can calm you down, and that might help with your hiccup." "No way," Bird said. "I'd rather live with these hiccups than stand on one leg." And with that, Bird flew away. Will anyone ever want to do yoga with me? Bunny wondered aloud, but then he reminded himself that doing yoga alone is better than not doing it at all. Just as Bunny took a deep breath, stepped back, bent his front leg, and reached his arms way up, coming into warrior pose, two little mice came walking by. "What do you think he's reaching for?" whispered one of the mice. "I don't know, but it must be very valuable. We better reach for it too." And so the mice stepped back, bent their front legs, and reached their arms way up, coming into warrior pose, just like Bunny. As they had their arms stretched way up and their eyes toward the sky, they noticed Bird flying by. Bird still had the hiccups, but he came down to join them, pressing his wings together in front of his heart, lifting one leg up, coming into tree pose, just like Bunny and the mice. All of a sudden, they heard a loud noise. Zoom, zoom, zoom. You see who it is? Fox came hurrying by and saw the friends standing in a circle, and he pressed his hands to the ground, stepped back, and lifted his hips, coming into downward dog, just like Bunny, the mice, and Bird. Bunny took a deep breath and lay down flat on his back, coming into resting pose. When Lizard came walking back and lay down just like Bunny. Bunny was so happy his friends had joined him that he opened his mouth and let out a big "Om," and everyone else did the same. "I know where I'm supposed to be," said Fox, not so angry anymore. "It's here. Thank you, Yoga Bunny." The end. So that's just a good book to remind us that we need to sometimes slow down, relax, and yoga does make you feel better, like we talked about, and it's fine doing it with friends. It's fine doing it alone too, because doing any kind of yoga is going to help our body feel great. All right, what we're going to do a couple poses real quick from the book. Let me put the book here so you can see as a little reminder. Okay, so the first pose in the story was forward fold. This is kind of like ragdoll. So you're just going to take, I'm going to back up a little bit, a big breath in, reach your arms up, and then you're just going to fold over like you're folding a piece of paper and hang down. Now this really feels good on your back. Sometimes I like to grab my elbows. Sometimes I shake my head yes, no, but just forward fold makes us feel good. All right, now from your forward fold for a downward facing dog, we're gonna put our hands down, bottoms up in the air. This is downward facing dog. And you can try to get your heels flat. You can pedal your dog, like we say, walk the dog. And I'm gonna walk my hands up. Another one they did was tree pose. So for tree pose, you can, I'm gonna give you different ways. You can keep your foot on the floor for balance, and you're gonna put your hands at your heart center or wishing position, and you can do it that way. Sometimes for tree pose, we like to put up here. If you want to balance, you can lift your foot up. See, but I don't want you putting it on your knee, so you can do it right below your knee, or you can lift it up high and put it above your knee. And we'll be a tree, and again, you put your hands here or here. And then in yoga, whatever we do on one side, we got to do on the other so that we're balanced. So for tree pose here, you can start like this. You can do a lower one, or you can bring it up. And it's okay if your tree blows or if you're wobbly. Yoga is all about practicing. Okay, now we're gonna do a little guided draw. Since we did the bunny book, now we're gonna do a bunny drawing. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of turn my camera and hopefully this will work. All right, so what we're gonna do, you need a white piece of paper, so you have time to get that. And just like we did with the basket, I am going to lead you through the directions of what you're gonna do here. So the first thing you're going to do is, see how I'm coming down from my paper a little. We're gonna draw, I'm gonna come down here a little bit, a circle. Can you see that? I don't have, hopefully you can see that. Let me see if I bring it a little bit closer. A circle. Okay. Now we're going to do 2 black dots for the eyes. Now I'm going to do a heart for a nose. Don't color it in because you can add some colors later, okay? And then we're going to do a line down with a little smile to the one side and a little smile to the other side. Okay, now for the ears, you're going to start here, like here's the middle. I would come down about a finger space. And all you're going to do is you're going to curve up like it's going out of the paper. And then you're going to go over here and do the opposite. So this ear is going off the paper. There's no point. And then on this ear, we're going to try to make it like a bent or a floppy ear. We're going to go, I'm just going to kind of curve down And then I'm going to curve back up just a little and then curve it in. So there's my bunny's ears. Now, you can take your black and add 3 whiskers coming out of each cheek. Now, down at the bottom of your paper, you're going to go at the bottom, you're going to do a hill, down, and then up, not really a big space between, and another hill. And then we're going to add 2 lines for their little toes, for the bunny's toes. So here's my hill at the bottom, hill at the bottom. Now we're going to come from the side, right about here, not too up, because then your bunny won't have a neck. I'm going to kind of go right about down here, right a little bit outside. See how his smile is? I'm just going to kind of come down, and I'm going to go curve it out and touch that foot. Come down here, curve it out and touch that foot. Now what's he missing? Yeah, for his arms. Then we're going to come here and just leave like a little bit of a space, and I'm just going to curve out, and then we're going to pretend like his hands are tucked. Go right back up to his head. Put your black crayon or pencil on its face line, and then curve around like that. So his hands are kind of tucked behind his back. Now we are going to add a little bow tie. So what I like to do is just kind of do a little circle here, and then you can kind of add, I'm just going to kind of do like a little butterfly type shape, but you can really make any kind of like a shape you want for the bow tie. Oh, I know what we're missing. His fluffy cottontail. So come down here, not right up by his hand. I'm going to go just down a little lower, and I'm just going to do little curls, like like little hills to make his little tail. Now, this is the fun part where you can color and decorate your bunny however you want. I don't have crayons here, but I usually put a little pink in the ears. I'm going to see if I can raise this a little bit. 1 second. You can put a little pink in the bunny's ears. You can decorate your bow tie with different colors. You could draw a little basket over here, make your Easter bunny however you want, or it could just be a spring bunny. But I want to thank you. I want to wish you all a happy Easter, and I hope you enjoyed my video. I can't wait to see your pictures. Some of you show me when we do our Zoom calls, okay? Have a good weekend.